How's it going, everybody? The video might be a little bit crooked. I'm doing this in my bed, but that's fine. How are you guys doing? It's me, Evan Samano, and sorry for some of the cat hair I have on my shirt here, and I'm wearing an Air Force shirt. But I just want to talk today about something very different from what I usually cover on my channel. I usually cover gameplay, video games, guitar, and in the past, boxing. Don't do boxing anymore, but I used to cover those. I always cover those main two, guitar and gaming. However, I am a big fan of Colognes, so I guess also this channel is really young, so it's kind of, I'm just throwing out there my ideas of what I like. I want to talk about something that I find very interesting, and that's Arabic dupes. Specifically dupes of certain colognes that are expensive, to say the least. I just want to talk about those. I have 4 right here that I'm going to go over and just give you my opinion on them. I have testers right here in order to test them. Let's see here. Should have another one around here. Huh. I had another testing strip. Guess I lost it. Anyways, I will be showing you guys these 3, and I could rip one of these in half. There you go. Improvise. I have 4 different pieces right here I'll be testing them with. They're 4 different colognes. 3 of them are summertime for sure, not even close. The other one is definitely a winter and fall fragrance. But I really do want to go over these because I've gotten into cologne pretty recently. My favorite colognes right now are Versace Blue Jeans, and then some of these I'll go over. And David off Cool Water. I'm currently going to be going to the mall this weekend to be picking up some more cologne, and I'm really excited for that. I'm a big fan of cologne, and I decided to go over some Arabic dupes because these are a very controversial topic. Some people love them, some people hate them. I personally love them. Can't get enough of them, especially with their price points. So let's just get straight into it and stop yapping for now. I want to go over the first one. This one is probably my favorite out of the bunch. This one is a clone of YSL Y. It is called Armaf Odyssey Mega. You guys will see right there. Very good scent right here. It smells so good. It's a fresh citrus. It's got some nice spices to it, just like YSL. It reminds me so much of YSL. Great fragrance. Spray a little bit right here on a tester. It smells different sometimes out of the, when you actually are testing it. See that atomizer? Really good atomizer. We'll do 1 spray so it's not too powerful, because some of these, they get pretty powerful. Let's go pull that off for now. Smell it. It smells so good. On cardboard, it's a little harder to pick up the scent sometimes, but when it's on your skin, I just wore this yesterday. It's one of my main fragrances. It smells phenomenal. So clean, so fresh. The citrus, it just slaps you in the face with a bunch of citrus. It feels like kind of like the you know, the Equate soaps or the soft soaps. The lemon one smells so good. It's like that, but if it wasn't synthetic. It smells so good. Absolutely phenomenal. You add some spices into that, and that's what you get. You get Armaf Odyssey Mega. It smells amazing. They did a good job of cloning YSL. I had a decant a while ago, and if my memory serves me correctly, this smells pretty similar to that. It's not a direct one-to-one clone. This takes the DNA of multiple YSL colognes, and it adds it into one, which I really like. This cost me around $35. Absolutely phenomenal, especially for the price. They also have Lemony Fresh and a couple other. I can't remember all of them. There's a Mandarin Sky, I believe that's one of them. I've never been interested in those. The Lemony Fresh, that one doesn't last long. This one lasts me a good 6-8 hours. I wear it at work. It runs me about 7 hours, sometimes even 8. Gets a little bit frustrating because sometimes I like to, because I run 9-hour shifts at Walmart, I like to split up. I'll have an afternoon fragrance like Maison Alhambra Hercules, which I'm gonna go over here, or David off Cool Water, and I like to have something fresh, something that opens strong like this, or Versace Blue Jeans. I like to have that. Sometimes I put Versace Blue Jeans as my afternoon fragrance. I like to have that to open up, and sometimes this just overpowers everything and I can't get my second cologne in. So plus minus up to you. If you like using 2 different fragrances, just keep in mind this one's pretty powerful. It projects pretty well, but mainly the longevity. The longevity on this is really nice, and I would highly recommend it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say this is a 9. Give it a 9, considering the value for money. If this was about the price of YSL, that'd be about a 6 out of 10, just because there are others that are, for the price of how much YSL is, you could get a lot of cologne. The YSL is like 150 if I remember correctly. This is 100 milliliters right here. And it comes in a nice little pocket sleeve right here, if you see. I love this. I think you can see I haven't really used too much of it. I just got this. Phenomenal. I didn't even need to let it macerate, which some of these you do. And I want to go over the next one. This one I got along with that, and it's the most recent pickup. This one right here. This one, everybody knows it. It's pretty popular. Scepter Malachite by Maison Alhambra. The other one I have is by Maison Alhambra too. This one, so really sweet. It's a bit sickly sweet, if I'm honest. Some people like that. I'm not a big fan of it. Atomizer test, not as strong as the Arm Off, nowhere near, but it's still a good atomizer. I'll spray it on the. Try not to get it on my hand because this is a powerful one. This thing just slaps you in the face. It's supposed to be a clone of God of Fire. And God of Fire is really pricey. It's an odd one. This is an odd one because I love it and I hate it. If that makes sense. It's one of those controversial ones for me. It smells like it's really good this would be great for when you're going out, it's hot as hell. And you're trying to get a good fragrance that really emits off, it wafts off you. This one, that'll get you that. It smells really good. So much fruit though. So if you're not a big fan of the sweet ones, which I like the sweet ones, I prefer ones like Davidoff Cool Water and Versace Blue Jeans, which they're a little more balanced, a little more than this. But if you're a fan of sweetness, this has you. This will get you real good. This is a really great cologne if you're looking for that. And it's only about $20. Value for money wise, this is a 10 out of 10 for sure. Is it my taste? Not really. I blind bought it. The other one I did a lot of research on it. This one I blind bought. I'm still happy with it because it smells good. And this is something where I would use it whenever I'm, occasionally. This isn't a signature scent, at least for me. I prefer mine to be more fresh. I love fresh. I love citrus. This one, God of Fire is mango. I don't really smell much mango in this one. I can smell it's definitely citruses that are the main fruit here. It's like the citruses are almost imitating the sweetness of the mango, which that's the main thing of God of Fire that people usually get. It's not like it smells like a really realistic fat mango in your face. It smells, I think this might have, yeah, I'm not detecting much mango. I'm smelling it to where it replicates the sweetness of mango, but that's just a lot of fruit that's slapping you in the face. Main notes of this are fruits. I think it might be cedar wood is one of the notes in this. It is a good one. It's not my style. I would say for the scent, objectively, I'd say the scent is really good. For me, the scent's about a 5 out of 10. Not because it's bad, but just because it doesn't fit me, and I find that there aren't many occasions for this. But if you're a fan of sweet fragrances, this one has got you covered. This one right here will be the perfect choice for you if you love sweet fragrances. Atomizer is decent enough. It has great presentation. The presentation on this was way better than the Odyssey Mega. Not to say that the Odyssey Mega was bad presentation. No, not at all. Great presentation on that one too. But this one just smelled, the presentation was so good. But then when I smelled it, I was like, ooh, this one might not be a signature scent for me at all. I like the little detail, like the little jewel right there. It's really nice. Overall, I say value for money, it's 10 out of 10 like the Odyssey Mega. They're both great. Didn't you let either of them macerate? Maybe it'll get a little less sweet once I let it macerate. If that happens, it might actually end up being in my regular use. As of right now, it's seldomly used. I've used it about 2 times throughout my whole time being here with it. But if you're a fan of sweet fragrances, that is going to be like a 10 out of 10 for you. For me, it's too sweet though. But now let's get on to the second one. This is the first Arab cologne I got. I think you can hear. Some of this one's more gone than the others. You can't really see how much there is left though. Oof, damn. This one's a clean one. Not the fragrance, I'm saying this is clean, but this one's so much pineapple. Atomizer test, pretty decent atomizer. The Odyssey Mega probably has the best atomizer yet. Presentation 2, look at this, magnetic cap. And the bottle looks really great. I absolutely love this one. This is the one that really got me into Arab colognes, and that one right there, it's still in my regular use. It's really sweet, but it's got a different kind of sweetness. This one, it feels a lot, I love pineapple. I love the scent of pineapple, so maybe that's why I prefer it more, even though it's still really sweet. Yeah. I've heard this is supposed to be a clone of like 3 different things. Somebody said it was supposed to be a clone of Creativensis, I think. Creativensis Absolute, and then there's somebody who said it's supposed to be one of Palisade Blockade or something like that. It's like Mind Games, Palace Blockade, I think. I can't remember. It was Blockade or something like that. It's like some $250 cologne. I've never smelled any of those, but I can tell you right now, this smells amazing. This smells really good. Longevity, I get about it's weird. I've noticed since I've let it sit here for a while, because I've had this for about a couple months now. Performance has gone downhill a little bit. It's lost about an hour, maybe an hour and a half in the longevity. It used to last me the whole day, about 7 hours or so, 6 or 7 hours. Now it lasts me about 4 or 5. That's still pretty decent. Then again, maybe it's just because my skin's not as moisturized sometimes. And I've received some inconsistent performance when it comes to longevity. I've had it before, like 2-3 days ago, I had it to where that lasted like 7 hours on me. I was like, dude, get off my skin. And then I've had it the day before, it was lasting like 2 hours of solid projection, and then like it died down to skin scent in like 3.5, 4 hours. Still pretty good longevity from what I've seen overall from it. Still really good longevity. And this right here is a definite, it's $20. Value for money, all these are 10 out of 10. If I had to compare all 3 of these, Odyssey Mega is probably my favorite because I love fresh citrus ones. Cahiers d'Alfrestan, which is the one that's right here, this would be second place. The one I'm going to show coming up in a minute, that would be third, and then the Scepter Malachite would be last, mainly because that's not my taste. The presentation is beautiful, came in a beautiful package, it looks beautiful, has a great, construction, and the cap is really good. I love it. This right here, the scent, in my opinion, I say it's a 9 out of 10. Overall, I'd say it's a 7 out of 10 for scent, because this is a very sweet one, just like that. So it's going to be very subjective. I'm saying, for most people, I think this would be a 7 out of 10, just because, these are Arab colognes. They vary from person to person. I've seen some people get this and say their batch was way too sweet. I've seen some that say their longevity was awful. And then mine was really good. Smells great, not too sweet, very sweet though, and has good longevity and really good projection. I've gotten so many compliments on this. I've worn this a lot. This was my main cologne. I got a compliment almost every single day I was wearing this one. The other one's not so much. Odyssey Mega, I only got 3 compliments from that, but I just got it recently. And I got the compliment, it was 3 compliments until I think it was like 2 people. 2 of them were my male co-workers, and the other one was a female. It's good, but it's like, this one is more of a compliment magnet in my opinion. But overall, for a lot of men, because I know a lot of men don't like sweet fragrances, this and the Scepter Malachite would be lower than the Odyssey Mega. For me though, I'd say if you like sweetness, this is a 10 out of 10 for 9 or a 10 out of 10 for the scent. Longevity, that's going to be on the lower side. I'd say probably because of how inconsistent it is, say it's a 6-7 out of 10. Because again, I've gotten it sometimes where it's only lasted 3 hours, sometimes it's lasted 7-8, so it's inconsistent for me. That might just be my skin chemistry. Value for money, 10 out of 10. All these are 10 out of 10, as I said. Great cologne. Highly recommend it. Now this last one right here. Oh man, I love this. It smells so good, dude. It's just such a phenomenal scent. I'll go over this in a minute. First, atomizer test. Decent atomizer. Again, none of these are Odyssey Mega level. Dude, it smells so good. Oh, I love this one so much. Sadly, this is a winter fragrance, winter and fall. I live in Florida, so that means I'll only be able to use it like 2 months out of the whole entire year. Maybe 3 if it's a nighttime. 3 or 4 if it's nighttime. I love this so much. I'm going to be honest with you though. When I first got this, first 3 days, I was like, what a waste of money. It didn't smell good. Maybe it was just my nose. I barely had any fragrances. All I had was Penguin Original, the ones my grandfather handed down to me, and that was it. Actually, that was it. I only had 3 colognes. It's Penguin Original, Royal Stallion, and David Quarter. Those are the only ones I had. So maybe that's why. This smells phenomenal. This is really sweet, but it's not fruity sweet. This is a clone of Perfumes de Marly Herod. It's named after the king of. It's named after a king in the biblical era. King Herod. Can't remember how it's pronounced, but he's a king in the Bible. If you've read the Bible, you know. And he's a historical figure too, fun fact. It smells so good though. Cinnamon, tobacco, those are the 2 main ones I'm picking up on this. I smell a bit of woods. The people were saying this has like a whole bunch of notes. Only ones I pick up are vanilla, cinnamon, and tobacco. Those are the only ones I'm really picking up. A little bit of woods maybe, but mainly those 3 notes. I don't understand how some people were picking up like, somebody picked off coffee. Somebody said it smelled like coffee. I can't really smell that on this one. Maybe it's just my batch, but it smells phenomenal either way. This one, absolute 10 out of 10 on the scent. If you're a fan of tobacco and vanilla scents and cinnamon, those kind of scents that are like more associated with baking, this would be a 10 out of 10 scent for you. If you're just a fan of like fresh scents, this is not going to be in your alley at all. Me, I have a very versatile taste. Most of mine are fresh and sweet. So that's why I love David Quarter. That's still one of my favorites. And Versace Blue Jeans, that one's balanced out. I'm very picky on what I like, which is why it's Skepta Malachi, even though a lot of people love that. I'm not a big fan of it. I also have Hugo Just Different. Smells good. I'm not a big fan of it though. Hugo Boss Extreme. That one is really loved in the fragrance community, at least from the Hugo fans. At least I'm not a big fan of that one either. And but pretty much all these colognes that I have, other than that, I love. Montagne Imaginary, great clone of Imagination. I have the original Imagination, like 4 sample bottles. It smells so good. It smells about the same. It's just Montagne has more of the citruses, which I actually prefer. So I wear the Montagne more than the Imagination, despite me still having enough to last me like a couple months for the Imagination. That's just how good I like the Imaginary, which is by Montagne. And David Quarter is still one of my mains. This one is my only fall fragrance apart from Old Spice Original and maybe Versace Blue Jeans. Maybe Versace Blue Jeans would fit in that ballpark. Fresh ones, they could last you throughout the year depending on where you live. In Florida, they'll definitely last you throughout the year. This is my only one that's winter and fall. And I don't intend to get another winter and fall fragrance when it gets colder, simply because that's just how good this one is. It smells phenomenal. I wear it before I go to bed, and I've had it before. I'm not kidding. Granted, I only sleep 7 hours a day. I don't sleep 8 to 9 like some people. it lasts until the morning when I spray it on at night. That's really good performance. That's really good, especially since, and the projection projection was really good. I've only worn this once, literally just once, and that's because, well, it's not fall or winter yet. And the one time I wore, I didn't get a compliment, but it definitely projected. I didn't really get much of a compliment. I got one person who said it smelled good, but then when I asked them about like what they thought of it, and I was like, really, you think I smell good? They're like, yeah, it smells good. So I guess that's a compliment right there. But then I asked like, what do they detect in it? Just because I was curious, and they couldn't really tell. So that person probably might have just smelled some fragrance and been like, hey, it smells good. I don't really consider that as much of a compliment unless they're like, whoa, that cologne you're wearing smells great. The person at first thought they were smelling a candle, which is funny. Granted, I was on the other side from the candle section. Anyway, I'm rambling on. This is a great cologne. It works great if you live in the colder areas. If you live in like Florida, I wouldn't recommend it. I still love it, but this is the only reason I have this is literally just for 3 occasions. If I go on a date at night, if I am going to bed, and number 3, and this is the big one, whenever it gets cold here in Florida, which it rarely does. It only gets cold in November, December, maybe January and February, maybe. It depends. But those 4 months are the only months I'm ever gonna really be using it, and even at that, I'm only gonna be using it like half the days in those months because, you know, Florida doesn't get cold all the time. But if you live in a cold climate, Mason Alhambra Hercules, great clone of Herod, from what I've heard. I keep mispronouncing it. Everybody has said this is like 90%, 95%. I can't confirm that. I can't confirm that at all. If you want a more in-depth review of this, I would go find a review of this. Really good cologne though. Phenomenal. I'd say value for money, 10 out of 10, as I said with all these. Scent, 8 out of 10. You can smell a bit of the alcohol. Performance, that's going to be in the ballpark of 9 to 10 out of 10. Now, if this was priced around the $150, $200 mark, no. Simply because there are other clones of these kind of scents. There's other clones of Most Wanted. There's other clones of I can't remember which one it is, but it's a JPG one. There's clones that are just as good as this, from what I've heard. But this one right here is probably the best. Probably the best, one of the best colognes I've ever smelled. I smelled Herod. We'll call it Herod. I've smelled Herod in a mall before, and they smelled really similar. But then again, as I said, stuff smells different on your skin. Try it out, because sometimes there's been some people. One of my favorites is Davidoff Cool Water. I spray that on me. It smells so fresh. It smells so nice. Other people try it on the bike. It smells like celery water on me. So take that with a grain of salt. Now, let's get to the final verdict. These 4 right here. All of these Arab colognes right here. Would I recommend Arab dupes? Yes. Yeah, just flat out yes. It's not even close. I would recommend these without any thought. Instant yes for all these. The Skepta Malachite, again, as I said before, you got to be careful with that one because some people don't. It's a very acquired taste. I'm not a big fan of it. Other people do like it, but I'm not a fan of it. It's too sweet for me. I mean, I'm a fan of it, of course, but I'm saying in comparison to the other ones. But that's not the main point. Here's the topic. Here's the topic we're discussing, obviously. Are Arab dupes worth it? Yes, by far. They are definitely worth it. Now, if you're looking for something that is made with high quality materials, and you're definitely not going to be taking a gamble, I'd say go with Montagne. My Montagne Imaginary smells so good. However, I ordered it. It took a while to get here because they make them fresh per batch. Apart from some of them that they have overstock, but most of the times they don't. If you're buying Montagne colognes, you're gonna have to let them sit. I had to let mine sit for about a month before I got good performance out of it. The longevity on it still only runs about 4 hours. That's it. But the scent is almost 1-to-1 with imagination to my nose. And I think it smells a little bit better just because it has more citruses in it. It feels like it has a little more of the orange, the mandarin orange peel. I'm not kidding when I say this, I've gotten probably 10 compliments from that. Everybody knows imagination's a compliment beast. David off Cool Water, I've gotten a lot of compliments on that too, nowhere near as much as Imaginary. So if you're looking for a nice clone of those ones like Louis Vuitton, or maybe the niche ones, Montagne Perfumes is your best bet. But if you're looking for ones that are like Dior Sauvage, YSL, Creed Aventus, the ones that are like ultra popular. Of course, Imagination is ultra popular, but I wouldn't recommend any of the dupes here from these brands for Imagination. I would recommend Imaginary from Montagne. It's about $50. And there's no shipping, no tax cost. So boom, it's just $50 exact, which I actually like that. I like when tax and shipping is included in the product. That makes it a lot easier for me. Just because I see the price, I know it's not going up. I'd say that these dupes are phenomenal. Arab dupes are amazing. Now, the best value for money, I would say, is Versace blue jeans. I love Versace blue jeans. I don't know why. There's just something about it. Maybe it's the old school charm about it. My father wore it. My grandfather wears Cool Water, but he also wore Versace blue jeans at one point, according to my father. But my father, this was his main cologne for a while. For me, it smells so good. It's like the perfect cologne for me. However, again, try before you buy. Always get a decant, unless if it's an Arab dupe or Versace blue jeans. And I say that for one reason. Because these are really cheap. I got Versace blue jeans for $30. I got this one right here, which this is phenomenal. I got this it was on sale from $17 to $15. Oh, wow, $2 difference. $20 for this. This one is $20 as well. Maison Alhambra Hercules, this one is about $30 if I remember correctly. And this one right here, Odyssey Mega, this one was about $30 too. And I love all of these. All of these are so good, apart from the Skepta Malachi. As I said, that's not much of my taste. But other people love it. So, blind buys, if you're gonna blind buy anything, go ahead. Blind buy Arab dupes. Because they're cheap. If my general rule of thumb is if it's under $40, a blind buy might be safe. It's a safe blind buy, usually. If you do your research. Don't always do a flat-out blind buy. Always look at reviews. Always look at Fragnotica. Always look at the colognes you have. Look at what you like. Remember that when you buy colognes, if they're Arab dupes like this, if they're Versace blue jeans, if they're David off Cool Water, whatever it is. I just blind bought Paco Rabanne Pour Homme. The only reason why I blind bought that was because I was told it's Irish Spring it's like Irish Spring soap in a bottle. And hey, I love that. But I still did my research. Never blind buy. Never do it normally. Never do it flat out, because I'll tell you right now, you're not going to be satisfied if you don't do your research. Always do your research. Arab dupes, though, yes, they're worth it. By far. I'm rambling on. And I always do that in all of my videos, as you can tell. You won't be disappointed. You will not be disappointed with Arab dupes. That's my mind.